Fucking hell, Tony. Read the room, man. Hello and welcome to FTTR. I am Ewan McQuaid, and today we are talking about the latest AEW announcement, AEW All Access. Now, before we get into that, please hit subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below about this show, and let me know what you think as we dive into the announcement made on last night's edition of AEW Dynamite, in which Tony Khan / Adam Cole announced AEW All Access, a new unscripted TV show that will be airing on TBS following Dynamite in March. So about this announcement. Cool. We'll dive into that in just a little bit. We'll get into the actual All Access side of things. But this wasn't the right way to announce this show, Tony. It really wasn't. You cannot hype up something that could have been announced on Twitter or in a YouTube video, hype it up on the previous episode as a big announcement when you've set the precedent of buying Ring of Honor, signing Christian Cage, signing anyone new. Anytime Tony Khan has had a big announcement basically on Dynamite, which seems to have been a lot, you cannot then announce basically a reality backstage show, because of course people are going to be disappointed. Like what do you expect? And I think it's quite transparent with this announcement that it was a ratings thing, this announcement, and trying to get those ratings up because Rampage wasn't good. Dynamite is slowly slipping back to the 800,000 viewer level, sort of like the base of AEW. And yeah, of all the things we expected, or at least that I expected, it wasn't this. Wasn't AEW All Access. So yeah, Tony, come on. You should know this by now. Let's move that to one side, okay? Let's move the announcement and the hype to one side. I'm actually excited for this. I am. I genuinely am. I like wrestling-based documentaries, essentially. That's all I want. The 24 documentaries, the 365 documentaries, some of the A&E documentaries, what was the one, the Icons documentaries that WWE did that just seemed to have disappeared for some reason. They were really good as well. And, you know, they've established a history with this. They had Roads to the Top, Cody Rhodes' short-lived AEW reality show. Hopefully this is more akin to a WWE 24 documentary where it's a lot of backstage stuff. I don't want it to necessarily be kayfabe. I'd like for this to actually be just a backstage documentary. I don't want it to further feuds and stuff like that, because that's when you get into muddied waters for me of what's real, what's not, what's part of the story, what's not. I'd rather this just be a straight documentary documenting the production of each show. I think that's interesting enough, and that could work. It could work, but whether it'll draw viewers is another question. You've got the lead in from Dynamite. It's going to air after Dynamite, so you'll have potentially recurring viewers watching that third hour of All Access. But I'm not 100% confident about that as to whether this show will be a success. Something that could essentially be a YouTube series is getting a big hour slot on TBS. I don't know if that's the solution to Dynamite's issues necessarily, and I don't think this was the way to announce it. So the show's going to follow a lot of different wrestlers. They just hyped up a lot of Adam Cole, Britt Baker are going to be like key figures in that, so which leads me to think it's going to be more of a documentary style, looking at their relationships and Adam Cole's injury. But I don't know. I'm excited, but at the same time, is this necessary programming that I'm going to tune into, particularly on a weekly basis? Because the thing with the 24 documentaries is you got like one every 3 months. Am I as invested in watching the backstage ramifications of AEW every week? That is the question. And are AEW going into content overload with this hour of All Access? You've got an hour of Rampage, 2 hours of Dynamite. You're going to be getting Ring of Honor soon, which is under the AEW umbrella, plus the pay-per-views. There's a lot of AEW content at the moment. And to be honest, I would rather Tony just streamline his focus onto Dynamite, make Dynamite must-watch and unmissable TV. Because that's the issue that I've found with Dynamite recently, is that it's felt a bit samey. There's not been that huge, compelling story that I want to sink my teeth into. Even the MJF story it's missing that something. It's missing that something. It follows the MJF template, but it's missing that hook to get you invested. And I think that's a bigger issue than just content overload, which could potentially be an issue for Tony Khan and AEW at the moment. It's just content. I didn't even mention Dark and Elevation. You've got them as well on YouTube. So there's a lot of AEW content out there at the moment, and I don't know if adding another hour of backstage stuff is the best I can call it, because we don't really know what this is. And a spur of the moment thing, the thing that really got me with this announcement is there was no logo, no graphic, no nothing. It's very weird. I just find that really odd. Even I think Forbidden Door had a graphic. They released no graphic for this show, no logo or anything to sort of you just get that brand familiarity with you. So it was very weird. It's a very weird announcement in the way it was done, and it's a very weird announcement in how it was executed. So yeah, AEW All Access is a bit weird. A little bit weird. And I don't know if this has longevity. My opinion. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts on AEW All Access down in the comments below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.